babies.
When? Where?
At my landlady's brother's like.
Oh, we should go check it out. They're so cute little when they're laying.
And also, they live between the Hearsts and the Stearns, which are the Rockefellers.
Right.
Yes.
Do you still hear them screaming?
Yes, I do, and it doesn't bother me. Which is why, that's something I was told to talk about was the FBI.
Oh, okay.
Oh yeah, like I haven't even talked about conspiracy theory stuff.
Yeah, well, go ahead.
I think people are sending me stuff in my sleep. Like they're going, Chad stuff.
Are we on again, camera? Okay.
We're not, because like I've been talking about, I'm sorry. I'm sorry I mentioned all that other stuff about the lands. And apparently they used to have some kind of group meetings there.
Who did?
And they had this giant wisteria plant. I think they had some kind of satanic rituals there.
I'm sorry, I'm confused. What place are you talking about?
I can't talk about it on television.
Okay.
Well, I'll tell you about it later. We'll go there. Maybe we can do a show there. But I can't talk about it.
Will you have access to it?
Yeah. It's funny. They say it's like 6 degrees of Kevin Bacon that everybody has. And they say it's actually, I think a study came out that said it's way bigger than just 6. But in real life, if you think about it, it's really more like 2 or 3.
I have a friend who's a mathematician who hates that thing.
What does he say it is?
He says, why not 1? Why not 1?
I think that's the answer. See, this goes right back to what I was saying about that probability thing. There's this whole theory that I think is what quantum mechanics is based on, of probability and likelihood.
Yeah.
That it's totally false. It's like it's an illogical, irrational conclusion based on a faulty premise in math. And it's called Bayesian probability. But it's what like Keynesian theory is based on, and a lot of really like theories that have never been proven. Yeah, like derivatives, a lot like the big mess we're in with the money.
Right, that's all just a bunch of stuff somebody made up.
And they had some kind of programs working that were based on this mathematical theory that it does work if you're using random numbers, but once something isn't random, it doesn't totally falls apart.
Right.
So you have to have a random, what do you call it? It's like a random data point.
I have no idea.
But if it's something that's not random, then it doesn't work at all, which is why we had such huge deflation that happened all of a sudden when the markets collapsed. And I think that's what's going to do it to martial law. It's not going to be the flu. It's not going to be
It's going to be the economic thing.
Right.
Because people has been bred, propaganded, that's not even a word.
Well, it is now.
But like influenced by propaganda, so they think that like paper money is the thing to have.
Yeah. That whole thing about the Merkaba is just a dirty cloud that we carry around with us. And somebody at our size carries around a dirty cloud of roughly 55
it's kind of going now. So this is not.
You should bow down, I guess.
This is not the Queen of England, though. This is. It looks like.
It's the hoochie mama that played the Queen of England in a recent movie.
Oh my God! It's Helen Mirren when she was attractive.
Look at that!
I've seen this movie. It's the King Arthur movie. What's it called? Excalibur. Thank you, cameraman.
Look at her! Look at her! She's in a net outfit.
This is the same woman that played the Queen in that movie
recently,
like 2 years ago. That was all propaganda for the Queen. But she won the Oscar for playing the Queen, and she looks like hell now. She's got that British woman ugly disease where past the age of 40 they just look like shit. Right, everything goes.
It's called smoking.
Back in the day, like in the 80s or 70s when this was made, she was one hottie. She was so hot.
I think it was early 80s, but I could be wrong.
Okay, so this is a picture of how hot she was back in the day, and she was wearing this sexy see-through lace thing.
These were the best photos.
And then this was like a scene where she was fucking King Arthur, which is her half-brother, which is real sick because it's incest, but that's how you strengthen the bloodline.
It is actually not that sick. As long as your brother turns you on, it's okay to have sex with him.
And if he's a half brother, I guess
it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
Right.
That's all just like a slide they've been giving us. Like, that's been in the news, too, about that brother and sister. They keep getting fined because they have sex.
Well, why don't you just let them have sex? Obviously, they like it, and it ain't hurting them.
It doesn't hurt anybody.
Right. It's just the two of them.
It's just morality.
Where do you want me to put this? Here's our oath to not be suckered by the man again. And by the grace of Helen Mirren the Queen, let it be so. Amen. Blessed be.
Blessed be.
Namaste.
Namaste.
I don't know what the Chinese say.
Smoke 'em if you got 'em.
Smoke 'em if you got 'em.
got 'em.
I don't know. What else?
Good night, John Boy.
Yeah.
Takes one to know one.
Yeah, it takes one to know one.
La cucaracha, la cucaracha.
No, now that's just stupid. Although we should include the Mexicans somehow. Madre de Dios.
There you go.
Okay.
What's that mean?
That Mother of God.
Oh.
Amen.
Amen.
Okay.
feel like I got a lot more oxygen into my brain.
Oh,
just standing on my feet.
Hang on. The head rush. Okay, I'm
It's like a
feeling
brain
lightheaded.
freeze.
Lightheaded.
Him too.
Okay, coming back. Coming back. All right. Stage 1 is over. Stage 2. Getting up. Okay, not blacking out. Not blacking out. Okay, I'm fine. Woo! That's rough on the knees.
You know, there's this lady I work with, and she grew up in New Mexico, way high altitude. And she thinks that oxygen is a toxin.
That's so
And
stupid.
that you can't, but I think there's something to it. And that if we lived in the mountains, we would think more clearly.
I don't know if that's true. I think that's propaganda.
Maybe it is. I know you can't run as far in the mountains. It's hard to get away from the man in the mountains.
Okay, I'm stirring up my quinoa. It's almost done, actually. It ain't taking too long. It just has to absorb the liquid.
That's pretty evil about this thing you gave me. That's pretty evil.
It is evil. It's so dumb because they just sent that out
That's evil.
after the housing market is already tanked. You know?
It's too late now.
It's too late. It's too late.
Only 9 people bought houses in Travis County last month.
Now, are you sure that's true?
Yes,
Because I
I'm
just
sure.
don't know if that's true.
I am.
How can it be just 9?
Because no one can get a loan. It's what happens in a credit crunch, in a true credit crunch. And the thing about all of this that people don't believe is they're like, Shasta Cola, you can't be telling the truth. And I'm like, it's physics. What goes up must come down. It's physics. It's not controlled by man. No matter what man does, he can only control gravity, and that even if gravity's fictitious force, which it is, he cannot control it because it's the spin of the earth. And the earth, it's okay, this is one of the things that the man is trying to convince us is true, which I don't think is true, is that Hitler had this doomsday machine that he could turn on and explode the earth, but he didn't. But the man's trying to make us believe that he has that.
A doomsday machine.
Afraid.
Yeah.
It's bullshit. The only thing he might have is some kind of device that could make a big earthquake. But it wouldn't destroy the earth.
Yeah. So, my chicken's done. It's kind of fallen off the bone. And I put in a little bit more water than I probably needed to, but that's mainly because I wanted to make sure my chicken got cooked all the way. So I've turned the heat up and I'm going to boil off some water. And I'm also going to throw on, toward the end, a few frozen green beans. just to give a green vegetable to the dish.